Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Greenbrier Urban Gardens. It's early morning, July 14th, 2025. I am outside. I'm going to just take you around and give you an update on some of the renovation that we've been doing over here in our East Garden. We made a decision to basically shut the garden down for the summer. There are still a lot of things that I could have been growing in here, but because of some of the renovations to the chicken coop, we let the chickens have kind of some free reign in there. I had posted a video about that and some shorts and some different things on Instagram a few weeks ago. So I'm going to turn you around. We're going to take a tour, show you where we're at. The chicken coop is complete. The extension of it is complete. Talk to you a little bit about what I plan on doing in the garden here for fall, as I start prepping for fall, and what we're planning on doing in the chicken coop as well. Okay, so here we're entering into the East Garden. You can see the girls there this morning. I'm going to kind of walk over here and give you a view from the potting shed real quick, and then we'll go into the chicken coop also. Obviously, there is nothing left in here. They have had a field day in here over like the past month while Ed's been working on this. So as you can see, over here was our original chicken coop. It's still there. It ended, take you over here real quick. The chicken coop itself ended right here. There was a wire wall. And then along the back here, we had a run underneath with some garden beds on top. And then it came around here into the garden. Move out a little bit. And this, where this bed is now, used to be our compost area. So we have opened up that whole wall and added this additional chicken run here, all right in here. This run here has been here. Ed just redid the outside for the fencing. We opted to replace all the wire on the coop and add to the new coop the black wire, which I like a lot because I can see them now. If any of you are aware, if you use the silver traditional wire, either the hard cloth or the chicken wire, it distorts kind of seeing through, but they have this black coating wire that we found on Amazon that's actually fairly inexpensive, and we put that there. So really it doesn't cost anything more than what you would buy your traditional hard cloth at a Home Depot or anything like that. So let's take you in here. Yes, we have a little jelly bean here that is new, but as you can hear, he's turning into a rooster. Well, not turning into, he's always been one. Okay, so if we go into the chicken coop, there's some of the new girls. Let me get this locked here real quick. Okay, so as I said, this area here that we're in now was the original. We had nest boxes over there for them and their waterer and everything. We had just the regular perch on the outside, just in this open area. Wasn't something that I really cared for. And over time, Ed also agreed that it just wasn't best. So he built this hutch here for them. Excuse the wire. We still have a little bit of tidying up to do. And those doors open. So all inside of there, if you can see, I have bedding. On the back side of that I can take you around and show you after a bit, will be their nest boxes. So their nest boxes will be in there. Underneath that bedding, we put laminate down. So when it's time to clean, we open up these two doors and we can bring a wheelbarrow in here and just scoop everything out and refresh it. Very, very easy. Ed has some moving to do for the automatic waterers. This is kind of temporary right now, so he's going to dig and move all that back underneath there in the corner so it stays shaded. They don't get on top of it and make a mess like they've done there. So this here is the new part of the run that Ed built. It's all wire on that side. There is over there our West Garden where we were at, or East Garden, sorry. Up here he put the roofing, which is the tinted plastic, so it gives them some shade in here. And then he connected the two with some wire so it's open underneath here. So our plan is in here, we are going to start planting a lot of plants for a couple of reasons. One, we can have an additional area, in-ground area, to capture some more food for ourselves. There will be additional droppings of food and leaves and things that the birds will be able to get a hold of and have additional feed. And then it will also keep them much cooler. It'll keep the ground cooler, so it'll continue to make it a better place for them, especially here in Phoenix in the summers. We've always done well with our chickens in the summers here. We give them plenty of water. We give them plenty of space to grow or move. We let them out when we can in the backyard. So they do really well here. So we're going to plant, I think, like a cherry tree here in the corner and in the ground. We've done a lot of research of people that do the same thing and plant in their chicken runs. So we'll show you a lot more about that and how that all works, and how you keep the plants alive in a chicken run. Because anybody that has had chickens, has chickens, or knows anything about chickens, you know their biggest thing is they like to dig. And they will dig down, and basically what kills the plant is them digging up the roots. So lots of different techniques that we have in store on how we're going to keep these plants alive in here, and they'll be able to live harmoniously with the chickens so that we have some stuff. So if you come through here, then it gives them access here to that chicken run that I was showing you that goes all the way down to the end to the potting shed. Ed finished all this up yesterday, so like I said, we still have a little bit of tidying to do. But he also installed, you can see right here, we have a misting system that goes all the way across the new run, or the new run, and halfway down that run there. So it will come on now every day around noon, stay on till about 4. There's a different view. And it'll keep it a little bit cooler in here, obviously for them, keep the ground cooler. That's where they cool themselves, is through their feet. It'll help any plants, obviously, that we put in here. Underneath the ground here is some of our watering system that's in here. So we will have that in here to help water some of the plants that we plant in here. And I think that's about it here. So they can go back here. Yes, there's still a mess down there. All that's going to be cleaned out. So they're going to have this additional run back here behind the old chicken coop, behind Ed's workshop, all the way over to the other end of our property. And that'll give them probably an additional, I think he said like 60 feet. So they will have that additional run to go down there, help clean that end of the garden up as well. So they have lots. They have lots of room. We feed them lots of scraps and stuff from the garden. Like I said, they have completely cleared out any vegetation I did have left in there. Because all this obviously was open when Ed was working. So we just said, you know what, we're going to shut this one down for the summer. Let them go out there. They ate down the vegetation. They dug in the soil. They ate those little pill bugs that have been in there. Obviously, they've pooped in there and all kinds of good stuff. So here now, we're mid-July, so probably next month in August, I will get a big load of compost. We'll top everything off over here as well as in our west garden. Get some mulch, get this all ready, and get this all prepared to start planting for fall. So I'm going to take you guys back out here and show you where the nest boxes are going to be on the back side of that real quick. Okay, so let's go over here. So currently right now, this is where we were. Well, we have obviously got some building supplies we've left here. This is where we were storing a lot of our firewood. We'll be getting all of that out of there. He'll build a rack behind the workshop over here that's up about 2 feet off the ground, so the chickens can still go under there. And on the back side here is where he'll put if I remember correctly, a 6 nest box. So they'll have 6 nest boxes to go into to lay their eggs. So that's where we're at now, guys. Like I said, we still have a little bit of cleaning up to do. I have the little worm baskets all over the place. I need to get them collected and get prepared to start the vermicomposting again in the bed, and just get a lot of the stuff kind of tidied up and ready to go. We have all of our starts here for the market, and for me, I need to plant some of them now. There are a lot of the winter squash that I need to get planted. We planted some pumpkins out front the other day. So I do want to thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey as we continue to try a whole different way of gardening with our chickens, all in harmony, and seeing how that goes. We have lots more coming up. We're going to be planting, what did we count last night? I think 8 more fruit trees on the property over here this fall. So we'll take you on that journey. Obviously, as I get this finished up and cleaned up, I'll take you on the planting as well as over on our west garden. And we get all of the fall things planted. Really excited to see what this fall brings us and all the fun that we have with planting and growing in our urban yard. Like I said, guys, you can grow as much or as little as you want. You can take it to the big extreme like we did, or you can just have a little 4x8 bed. You can have some just pots and planters. I planted a lot of pots and planters around here also, and grow beauty as well as food. And just really enjoy the art of growing your own food, preparing your own food. So I'm going to leave it with that now. I need to let Ed's pigeons out here in a minute. I need to get inside. I have 7 more baggies of tomatoes that I need to process. I canned 8 quarts of spaghetti sauce yesterday. I've already done 18 pints of just tomato sauce off the tomatoes, and I still have a lot more tomatoes in the freezer. So we're going to be working on that over the next few days, getting that done and up as we prepare to start our seeds here late July for our August planting. Just lots of stuff going on. A lot of people think that there's not much you can do or much you can grow here in Phoenix in the summer. Next summer, the garden will be full and plentiful, and I can go over all the fun things that you can still grow in the heat of Phoenix. Been very pleased with the weather. Obviously this summer it hasn't been too terribly bad, so that's nice. But thank you guys again for joining us. Thank you so much for coming along this journey. Again, I do look forward to sharing a lot of this with you guys and encouraging and helping and answering any questions that you may have of gardening in the low desert in Phoenix, Arizona, and growing your own food. So please, if you have questions, comments, you can reach out to us here on YouTube as well as our Instagram account. Follow, like, share the page. Let's help anybody and everybody that wants to grow their food here in Phoenix, Arizona, get a good jump start and get ready for fall. God bless. Talk to you guys soon.